G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Strength 8th year anniversary unit, the LR GT Goku or Goku GT and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. But we're going to be taking a look at basically just how good they are essentially in the hardest red zone event, or a different red zone event. I don't like to say a hardest. The AoE kind of effects are very difficult. But yeah, I think for me, obviously it's quite tough. It is quite different. Something that's important is to see how well they tank, obviously in the beginning. Now they are a tanky unit, but they do need a little bit of time to get up to speed. So a couple of things you need to understand about them. Firstly, they gain 10% damage reduction with every super attack performed, so they can build that up very quickly. They get 100% extra defense when they're in the first slot and when they're set as the attacking unit. This is also very important to understand, especially during the physical Zamasu phase. And then of course they lose that but gain extra attack in the second slot. Now the thing is, essentially, when I take a look at them, you can see that there were a couple of clips there of them struggling in the int phase. A lot of the times, yeah, that's just navigation. So, of course, in the second slot they lose their defense. The big struggle for them is just, it's going to depend on how many attacks there are in the first slot. If you can get them into the first slot and there's only like maybe one attack beforehand, then generally speaking they do quite fine, because they manage to then do a couple of supers with that damage reduction. They raise their defense on that super. They then of course, you know, have that extra defense from being in the first slot. So it's not that they can't navigate the int phase without an item, it's just that if you are in a situation where you have them in the second slot, or there's too many attacks happening in the first slot, you do need to a certain extent, kind of control where they're going to take those attacks, as they do need a little bit of build-up time to realistically be like super duper strong. Now of course, by the time you get to the physical Zamasu phase, you really are sitting in a position where they are super strong. In the physical Zamasu phase, you have them usually with a couple bits of damage reduction, which is pretty huge. Like it's pretty huge. Obviously damage reduction is great, but damage reduction paired with type advantage is huge. Like damage reduction paired with type advantage is absolutely massive. It's a huge level of defensive security, so they become very solid in this physical phase. Like the physical phase is really where they shine. They've got the revive skill. They do really good damage. They're really strong defensively against Zamasu because of that combination of guard and damage reduction that they have. Really good damage output. Obviously, tons of really strong kind of capabilities. So yeah, for me, you know, I find them to be really solid. I think the int phase, they can be a little bit inconsistent depending on where the attacks the enemy is going to line up. If you can kind of get a little bit of luck with that, just a little bit of luck, then they quite easily can get through that kind of period without too much damage, and then they can end up being really quite solid. The physical phase is really where they shine. They do a fantastic like job in the physical phase. I think they do a really good kind of position, and I think they're really solid. Aside from that, as a unit, personally for me, I think they do everything else right. They give you a revive skill. They do some very strong kind of damage. They're very consistent with their damage. And so they're definitely a unit that you can use to defeat the Zamasu event. Of course they are, if they're not, then I think there's a problem. But yeah, I think they're really good overall. But that's gonna be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on them, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.